This your boy Ziggler Wiggler, lock the cock on the BLOCK, you understand me? Getting it in with my dog, Nolazine TV, you understand me? The best interview.
Go.
This J1Hunnit, man, you rockin' with Nolazine TV.
Okay. Tell everybody where you from.
Man, I'm from Smackover, Arkansas.
Okay. So like growing up, like who influenced you for us to like start making music?
Like Boosie, Webbie type shit, like I guess I could say just the whole Cash Money and everything in the South, really, just Southern music.
So you was influenced by the South. Okay. So tell us, like how old were you? Like when you first started to like make music.
When I first actually recorded music, I was like 16 years old, high school type shit, but just fell in love with music as far as I can, just all my life type shit. Like I always been around music, like people that do music and shit, so I was just subject to it.
Okay. So how did you actually come up like with your name?
Shit, really, I think one of my homeboys helped me come up with my name. Like everybody called me Jay, but I was just trying to find something to run with one day. He was like, man, 100, but he was like, don't spell it the same way everybody spell it. So that's where I just came up with the spelling of it type shit. But my homeboy helped me come up with it.
Okay. So tell us, like, what's the average day like for you?
Shit, man, working, I ain't gonna get too much into it, but every day just a grind and a hustle, music and hustling, getting to it.
Okay. So do you have any projects coming up?
Yeah, I got a project called Motion I'm about to drop. That's a little EP, probably about somewhere between 7 to 10 songs type shit. And I just dropped a project called Black Sheep of the Family in December. That's going crazy right now.
Okay. So do you have any features on there?
Yeah, I got actually I dropped a project before that too, Get Money and Go Home. I be dropping a lot of music, man. That was all within like the last 6 months. Get Money and Go Home, I think I got Louis Ray and YJ. Who else I got on there? Bag Rich School Up. 1100 Fats. RMC Mike on Black Sheep of the Family. I got a couple more. It might be a couple more I'm leaving out, but I got a couple features on them projects.
Okay. So tell us, like what separates you, like from other artists?
I think what separates me is just the shit that I'm talking about. Like I'm not talking about like the same shit everybody on. Everything really just like, as far as my age group, like 22 and the young niggas, they all beefing and shit, and it's the same shit. I'm really talking about like the everyday grind that I got going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the way that I'm doing it is just different. Shit, I'm more metaphorical and shit like that. Like I just really get into the shit that I'm saying as far as like the bars and shit like that. Like that's what I feel like separate me.
Okay. So tell your fans like something about you that you don't show like on social media.
Something that I don't show on social media, it's just that I'm into a lot of different shit, a lot of different businesses and shit, like trucking and shit like that. Like I'm into a lot of different avenues, more than just music, really.
Okay. So like, as far as being a music artist, do you actually fund your own? Do you actually fund your own, on music career?
Yeah, I fund everything I got going.
And so you have to have like multiple sources of like income.
I feel like before you do anything with music, that's why I tell a lot of niggas, they be like, man, I'm trying to get this music shit going, but they don't have no income.
You gotta get that business.
You gotta get an income going. And then we grown, so I tell a lot of niggas like, bro, you gotta get a stable life before you decide you wanna rap and try to keep up with these niggas. Cause like, yeah, like this shit costs money. Yeah.
But the crazy part is like, I can tell artists like, if you get multiple sources of income before rapping, like you ain't gonna never sign a deal.
It'll be easy for you. You ain't gotta sign a deal.
I'm saying, but you ain't gotta sign a deal because because once you like build a fan base,
because you're not in it to get the money, you already got the money. You know what I'm saying?
And so once you build a fan base, all you be doing is just making income, and you find yourself one whole other source of income.
Exactly. I feel like them deals are definitely, once you doing it like that, the deals are just a plus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you don't need a record label.
You don't need a record label, but you can get
distribution deals, all kind of deals.
All type of shit, management, distribution, shit like that.
Facts. Okay. So please tell us, like, when did you realize that you was growing one on like fan base?
That I was growing a fan base. Man, I've been dropped a song. The first song that I dropped and shot a video to did a lot of views, like in 2016. I knew I had it then. I just didn't know how to go about it. Like, I was just trying it. I didn't know you had to go market and promote this shit. I was just doing it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know nothing about music really.
Right. Speaking of marketing, how important do you think it is to actually be an artist and actually pay for marketing?
I think that's like 90% of rapping is promotion and marketing. Like,
right. Cause like if they have a lot of artists that just go to the studio, like pay for their mix and masters, then the video, and they just expect people to just share it instead of.
That ain't how it works.
Yeah.
I used to think it'd work like that shit. If you got the talent, motherfuckers just gonna catch on. It don't work like that.
It happens with some things by being consistent.
Yeah.
Like if you stay consistent, some blogs might just pick you
Most
up.
Definitely.
But if you're not consistent, it's like you gotta pay for something on the rise.
Yeah. That's one thing. You gotta. It take money to get money. That's what I just live by. Like, you gotta pay for some shit to get an outcome. Like, ain't nothing gonna come for free. So you definitely gotta pay these people.
Okay. So how well do you take on like constructive criticism?
I like it. Like, I want to know what people think and what they feel like I'm doing wrong. Some of that shit can help me perfect my craft. So I'm not too arrogant or nothing to.
Like, far as me to say, like, just me being on the outside looking in, I tell artists, it don't matter what actually one person say.
Yeah.
Because, like, at the same time, you trying to grow a fan base.
Exactly.
Like, it's no way in hell you go please everybody.
I just keep it real with myself. I don't listen to every rapper. I don't expect everybody to listen to me. I expect a certain amount of people to catch on, and these gonna be the people that rock with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think everybody gonna like everything.
Everybody ain't gonna like how you move.
Exactly.
So, it's no way possible.
People got their own opinion on shit, so I don't expect everybody to like it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So tell us, what do you enjoy most about the music industry, and also tell us what do you actually hate about the music industry.
What I hate about the music industry, cause I guess I could say I'm not really just a social person, so I really don't like the fact that you gotta deal with so many people to get to where you trying to get. But at the same time, it all come with growth. I feel like it helped me with just real life shit. Like, say for instance, I don't really like being around a lot of people. I gotta force myself into that now. So I just feel like it ain't a bad thing. I don't like it, but you gotta do the shit like that.
More money in the future.
Yeah, exactly. It teach you a lot of shit about yourself, really.
Okay. So, tell us, basically, on average, how many hours do you spend, in the studio?
On average, I say in a week's time span right now, I'm probably hitting the studio about 3 times a week, and I'm in there for about a 4-hour block or something like that.
Okay. So tell us, what's your most memorable concert performance, that you had? And tell us why.
Most memorable, I'm gonna just say off the top of my head, I did a show with Mo3 in my hometown, and that was some shit. It was my first show, you know what I'm saying? And my song was buzzing real hot then, so it was one of the first.
Supporters, you know?
It was one of the first, because it showed me that my hometown fuck with me, like, real strong, like. I ain't think they fuck with me like that. I mean, I knew they did because I'm heavy in the streets with it, but at the same time, it's like you don't really know till they singing your shit word for word, like, and you ain't even gotta rap the shit. That's when I knew, like, okay.
Facts. Okay. So has there ever been one point in your music career when you just want to give up?
Hell yeah, like shit. Cause like we was hitting on earlier, it take a lot of money for this shit, and I feel like I already got an income. When I came into rapping, I ain't have nothing, so I wanted rap to make me money. When I got older and started making money, I was like, bro, I really ain't even in the rap for the money no more. I'm just in it because I'm passionate about it. So I just feel like as long as I'm making some money, man, I really ain't gonna be too fucked up about it. It's just my passion that's driving me right now, really.
Okay. So, I got a further question for you. So, if you could date any female in the music industry, please, tell us why.
Any female?
Like
who
would it be and tell us why?
We was just talking about this shit like 2-3 days ago. I think every nigga gonna say like Mulatto right now. Like right now, she probably like the baddest.
Okay. So, do you feel like you have to move, out of Texas, once your music career, reach a certain milestone?
You say move out of Texas?
Yeah, just out of Texas, period.
I mean, I always felt like I was gonna have to go somewhere else anyway, cause I'm from Arkansas, so that's real small. Like nobody, you never heard of Arkansas on anything they got to do with music. So I always felt like I was gonna have to get out of where I'm staying at. Even when it came to Texas, I felt like my sound was never gonna appeal, cause for a long time Texas had a sound. Like when I moved to Texas, it was like boogie music and shit like that. Now it done kind of shifted to, people really don't want to say it, but I feel like the music scene of Dallas is really Fort Worth, and people just think it's Dallas. I really don't feel like Dallas got too much going on. I mean, we got Yellow Beezy, we got Trap Boy Freddy, we got 3. We got a lot of hot local artists and shit, but as far as like a big standpoint, I feel like all the eyes that Dallas is getting right now is really from Fort Worth.
Right. But like just me being on the outside looking in, I'm gonna say Dallas. Yeah. Just in the whole.
Yeah, that's because you from somewhere else. So when other people look at it, they like, oh, that's Dallas. When really we in Dallas and we like, that's Fort Worth. All these niggas that they covering.
It's like a whole other side.
It's like Fort Worth. You know what I'm saying? That's not really Dallas.
Right. Okay. So if you wasn't doing music, tell us, what do you think you'd be doing?
I'd just be trying to put my money into a lot of different businesses and shit, like, cause that's how rap is I feel like it's invested money to make more money. So I would just be into anything moving that's making some money, whether it's trucking or anything of that nature. Like, I'm just all about investing, trying to make more out of what I got.
That's always good.
No,
all right. So please describe your music. Using one word.
One word, I just say raw. Like shit, I just say what I want to say type shit. It's just raw. It's out there. You don't get some of everything when you listen to my music.
Okay. So 3 years from now, where do you see your music career going?
I expect to be in a totally different position. Like everything that every rapper expect to get out of rap career, I feel like I'll be done at that point to where I'm getting a consistent income. I might be done came across a deal or something. I feel like I just be done maneuvered a lot more through the rap game and learned a lot more. I don't know if I'll be necessarily one of the biggest artists, but I feel like I'll definitely be at a point to where my fan base is feeding me what I want them to feed me type shit as far as the income.
Okay. So far as being from Dallas, do you feel like local DJs and blogs and the radio stations, do you feel like they could do a better job at like breaking artists?
Blogs doing a hell of a job right now, but as far as we got a handful of DJs that's doing their job for sure, but I do feel like more could be done. There's always more that could be done though, but the niggas doing their job for sure. Niggas, they putting on for the city right now.
Okay. So, tell us, what's next for you? Do you plan on, starting your own label, dropping merch, signing artists?
Eventually, I feel like I had to, when it comes to a label, me starting a label, I got to get in a position to where I'm solidified as an artist before I could start bringing on other artists to feed off of me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like in due time that'll come. Most definitely.
Okay. And also, but last but not least, tell everybody, where can they find it on social media and his other, music platforms?
I'm on Instagram at the real J1Hunnit. That's all together. I'm on Twitter at J1Hunnit SMB. And that's all I'm on. All my music on all platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, whatever you listen to music on, we on there.
All right, we done.
For sure.
Oh, wait a minute. Nolazine make them hoes scream. You understand me? You want a t-shirt? You want a half a wife beater with a hole in it? You want a pair of short pants with 6 holes in it with all your coochie hanging out on the side? Holler at your people, baby. Ziggler Wig, you understand me? Loud and cock on this BLOCK, you understand me? A beautiful day.